Namaste, dear students. First of all, I want to welcome you to our English class of grade 8. I hope today also you are ready with your materials and they are your English textbook, notebook and pen or pencil. Are you ready with them? Good. Today we are going to begin something new. So can you tell me what this is? Yes, you are right. We are going to do some task on the listening skill, writing skills, writing 1 and writing 2. So for it, you have to be very active, okay? So what did we do in our last class? Can you tell me? Yes, you are right. We did some activities on the speaking skill. We did something grammar, and then we read a text, okay? So today also you have to be very active. So are you ready for it? Good. Now we are going to start our today's class. So for it, now what do you see? Yes, you are right. It means we are going to listen to the audio and we are going to do some task, or you can say some activities, okay? So for this one, now first of all, I want to show you a picture. Can you see the picture? Yes, you can see. Good. And what does the instruction say to us? All of you read it once, please. Yes, you are right. Look at the picture and answer those questions. Good job. Now you can see the picture, okay? So can you see the questions there? No, don't worry. I am going to show you the questions. Now, A. All of you read this question first. Good job. Who do you think these people are? Now you can just make your guess, okay? You can guess about these people. So who do you think these people are? You can just tell me now. Okay, now later you can find out in the audio, all right? Now again, next question. Where are they? Now you can see this location, okay, this formation, and you can say, where are they? Okay, don't worry whether you are right or wrong. It doesn't matter for these questions, okay? So these questions are just to lead you to our audio. What is there in the audio? Now, after listening to the audio, you will understand who are they, where are they, this thing. So is it interesting to you? Good job. Now, we are going to listen to the audio for the first time. So before playing the audio, I want to suggest you to read the task, what you have to do. So I also want to read for you and you also read with me together, okay? Now here, listen to the audio and complete the sentences. Use one word only. Now be careful. First thing you have to do is you have to complete these sentences, okay? And another important thing you have to do is you are allowed to use only one word, okay? You cannot use 2 words. You cannot use 3 words. You have to use only one word in each blank. Is it clear to you? Good. If so, now all of you start reading the sentences first to be familiar so that it will be easier for you to catch the word and to complete the sentences. Let's start. A. The incident happened when the speaker was going to ... blank space, okay? B. He did not call his ... again blank space because they were out for the evening. C. Instead of calling his parents or a taxi, he decided to ... means blank space for a bus in the bus shelter. D. He got his phone out and listened to some. So again you have to complete in the blank space. Now the last one for this task is E. He saw a ... guy dressed in thick layers of clothing walking slowly towards him. So is the task familiar to you? Good job. Now I am going to play the audio for you. You just listen to the audio and do this task together. And then again I will play for the second time. You just check your answers whether you are right or wrong. And if you are wrong, you can correct also. Is it clear to you? Good. Now listen to
This
the
happened
audio.
when I was 17 years old. I was heading for the gym. It was Sunday, and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening and a taxi charged more. So I decided to wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night. My bus was taking longer than usual. So I got my phone out and listened to some music. All of a sudden, I noticed something out of the corner of my eyes. It was a frightening guy dressed in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone. He sat down at the other end of the shelter and just stared at me. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked, "When is the bus coming?" I took out my earphones and said, "I think it's delayed because of the snow." He stared at me for a while. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He had moved closer to me. I looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him coming even closer. I turned to him and said, "Are you okay there?" He stared at me with his shiny eyes. Immediately I grabbed my bag and ran, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
I hope you might have finished completing the sentences. Now, for the same task, I want to play one more time. You just check, and if there is any mistake, you can correct. Okay? Let's begin.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I was heading for the gym. It was Sunday, and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening and a taxi charged more. So I decided to wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night. My bus was taking longer than usual. So I got my phone out and listened to some music. All of a sudden, I noticed something out of the corner of my eyes. It was a frightening guy dressed in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone. He sat down at the other end of the shelter and just stared at me. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked, "When is the bus coming?" I took out my earphones and said, "I think it's delayed because of the snow." He stared at me for a while. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He had moved closer to me. I looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him coming even closer. I turned to him and said, "Are you okay there?" He stared at me with his shiny eyes. Immediately I grabbed my bag and ran, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
Dear students, I hope you have already checked your answers. Now it's time to check again with me. Okay? Now, can you tell me what is the correct word for A? The incident happened when the speaker was going to. What is the correct word? Yes, you are right. That is gym. Okay? Have you got it? Good job. Now, next one is he did not call his. Then what is the correct word here again? Is this the word that you have written? Good job. He did not call his parents because they were out for the evening, Now, next one, see, instead of calling his parents or a taxi, he decided to, what is the correct word? All of you tell me loudly. Oh, yes, that is to wait for a bus in the bus shelter, That's right again. Now, D, he got his phone out and listened to some. So, what is the correct word here that you have written? All of you loudly. Yes, that is music. You are right. And next one is she saw a. What is the correct word here? Now all of you tell me again loudly. Yes, that is he saw a frightening guy dressed in thick layers of clothing walking slowly towards him. So these are the correct words for is blind. You have done a great job. Okay. Now we have again another task that you have to do based on the audio. Okay, so read this instruction first and read the sentences and be familiar with this task. Let's start. Listen to the audio again and write whether these statements are true or false. Okay, you have to write down whether the given statements are true or false. So let's start reading the statements. A, the man seemed average and smart. B, the bus arrived on its scheduled time. C, the man grabbed the speaker's bag. D, the speaker ran away to another bus stop. E. The man followed the speaker to another bus stop too. Now, I hope you are familiar with the statements. I am going to play the audio again 2 more times. This time you have to listen and write down true or false, and then next time you just listen and check whether you are right or wrong. If you are wrong, then you can correct your answer. Okay? So let's start listening to the audio.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I was heading for the gym. It was Sunday, and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening and a taxi charged more. So I decided to wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night. My bus was taking longer than usual. So I got my phone out and listened to some music. All of a sudden, I noticed something out of the corner of my eyes. It was a frightening guy dressed in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone. He sat down at the other end of the shelter and just stared at me. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked, "When is the bus coming?" I took out my earphones and said, "I think it's delayed because of the snow." He stared at me for a while. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He had moved closer to me. I looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him coming even closer. I turned to him and said, "Are you okay there?" He stared at me with his shiny eyes. Immediately I grabbed my bag and ran, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
Okay, I hope you might have finished writing true or false for the given statements. Okay, now one more time I am going to play the audio to check, and I am not stopping, I am not pausing the audio for each right answer, because you have been listening to the audio many times for each lesson, and I hope you are used to with this activity. Now listen one more time and check.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I was heading for the gym. It was Sunday, and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening and a taxi charged more. So I decided to wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night. My bus was taking longer than usual. So I got my phone out and listened to some music. All of a sudden, I noticed something out of the corner of my eyes. It was a frightening guy dressed in thick layers of clothing, walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone. He sat down at the other end of the shelter and just stared at me. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked, "When is the bus coming?" I took out my earphones and said, "I think it's delayed because of the snow." He stared at me for a while. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He had moved closer to me. I looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him coming even closer. I turned to him and said, "Are you okay there?" He stared at me with his shiny eyes. Immediately I grabbed my bag and ran, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
Okay, dear students, I hope you have already checked your answers. Now check with me, okay? The man seemed average and smart. So what's your answer? True or false? What is it? Is this your answer? Then you are right. Next means it is false, okay? Next, the bus arrived on its scheduled time. Is it true or false? What did you write? Okay, it should be again false, Is this your answer? Good job. Now next one, C. The man grabbed the speaker's bag. True or false? What is said in the audio? True or false? It is again false, Now D. The speaker ran away to another bus stop. Now is it true or false? What did you find? It is true, You are right. Now next one is the man followed the speaker to another bus stop too. Is it true or false? What is it? Okay, it is false. You are right, So this is how you have to do this, okay? And you have to listen more and more whenever you get a chance to listen to English programs like English news or the English programs, English music, so that you can catch the information, okay? Now, after this, I want to give you a task that you have to do at your home in your free time on the listening skill. And this is, what would you do if you were in the speaker's situation? Tell your friends. Like in the audio, if you were in the speaker's situation, what would you do? You can just share your ideas with your friends. This is your, let's say, homework. Okay. Now, after this, we are going to learn something again on the writing one. So, can you tell me what is there on the writing one? Once again, please tell me. All right, you can see the instruction here. So, what is the instruction? The instruction is arrange the sentences in order to make a story. So, it means that here are sentences and those sentences are given in a random order, okay, not one after another correctly. So, you have to arrange them in a proper order so that that will make a story. All right, is the instruction clear? So, for that one, you have to read the sentences. Now, A means it is not given in the correct order, okay. A, now he said bad habits are like them. It is easy to pull them out when they are young, but it is impossible to uproot them later. Next sentence we have, once upon a time, a rich businessman asked a wise man to win his son away from his bad habits. Another sentence you can find here, and he had to struggle for it. Next, the man took his son to a garden and asked him to pull out a tiny plant. Next sentence, this session changed the son's life completely. Okay. Next one you can see, he grasped the trunk, but it was impossible for him. Next, later he asked him to uproot a slightly bigger plant. Next sentence we have is, finally he asked him to uproot a guava tree. And next one, the last sentence is, the boy held the plant between his thumb and forefinger and pulled it out easily. Dear students, as the instruction says to us, these sentences are given in a wrong order, okay. It means, for example, the first sentence given here is not written in the beginning of the story. It should be written somewhere, okay, and there should be another sentence in the beginning of this story. This is how you have to choose and write in a proper order. First which sentence comes, then which sentence comes, then again which sentence is suitable. You have to do it now. Let's start doing it. And to do it quickly, you can just write down here number. For example, A. This sentence should be, for example, B. Once upon a time. Is it looking like the beginning of the sentence? What do you think? Yes, you are right. It is the beginning of the sentence. For example, you can write down here 1. Okay. Or if you write this sentence at first, then another sentence comes there. So to do it quickly, you can simply write down here 1 just at the end of the sentence. And for another sentence, you can write down 2, 3 so that you can do it quickly. And in your free time at your home, you can arrange those sentences properly, writing complete sentences. Is it clear to you? Good job. Now start doing. Okay, did you write 1 for the first sentence that we have to write for the story? Good job. Then have you written 2? Oh, well done. You are so fast. Now, have you written 3? Good. Have you written 4? Oh, yes, you have done. Then again, have you written 5? Well done. Then have you written 6? Good job. Then 7? Yes, you have done. 8? Have you written? Good job. And finally, 9. Which sentence is 9? Have you written? Good job. Now, I don't know whether you are right or wrong, so you can check with me. Okay? So, if you want to arrange those sentences in the correct order to make a story, readable story, this sentence should be written first. This sentence is given in B. In that one, okay? In that random sentence, B. So it should be written first. Once upon a time, a rich businessman asked a wise man to win his son away from his bad habits. Did you write this sentence? Very good. Now, which one is the second one that we have to write? Is this the one? Yes, you are right again. D. The sentence that is given in D should be written in 2. Okay? The man took his son to a garden and asked him to pull out a tiny plant. Is this the one? Yes. Now, which one should be there in the third position? Oh, is this? This sentence is given in I, and you have to write down in the third position to make a sequential story. Okay? That is, the boy held the plant between his thumb and forefinger and pulled it out easily. So, next one, which is the sentence? Okay, the sentence that is given in G should be written in the fourth position. Like, later he asked him to uproot a slightly bigger plant. Is this the one that you have written? Good job. Now next, which one is the sentence that we need for the fifth position here? That is given in C. Okay, and he had to struggle for it. Good job. Now next, for 6, or you can say F, which one is the correct sentence here? Yes, that is given in H. Okay, and the sentence is, finally he asked him to uproot a guava tree. Now, which is the next one for, let's say, 7 or G? Is this the one? Yes, it is given in F, and the sentence is, he grabs the trunk but it was impossible for him. Good job. And next one? Yes, the sentence that is given in A, and the sentence goes like this. Now, he said, bad habits are like them. It is easy to pull them out when they are young, but it is impossible to uproot them later. Okay? Now, next one. Which one is the next? Yes, the sentence given in E. This session changed the son's life completely. All right? Then we have all. Now, if you write these sentences one after another, for example, you don't need to write down A, B now. In your next time, you can just write down, don't write A, B, C. Just join this sentence here after this sentence, and again C, join after this sentence, then it becomes a story, readable story. Is it interesting? So this is what. See, it means you have to understand that while writing a story, we have to maintain a sequential order, the first thing. And another thing you have to understand while writing a story is that we have to follow past tense. But if you want to show that the characters are thinking, or if you show that the characters are speaking there, at that time you have to use inverted commas or quotation marks, and then you can use present tense or future tense. Is this clear to you? Yes, you have practiced a lot. Now after this one, I have one more activity for you to do on the writing one. Now study the following pictures and write a story based on them. You can start in the following way. Now see, here are the pictures. You can see the picture, first picture, second picture, third picture, and the fourth picture. Okay. Now, like that, in a sequential order, in a proper order, you have to write a story. And you can start your story like this one. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Sonam in a city. Now, what is happening here? You can write down. Okay. The boy was walking along the street. You can write down like this one. Okay. So what is happening in this second picture? What's happening here in the fourth picture? What is happening in the fourth picture? You can write down. So this is your task. Please, you just try to do it. It is writing, and you have to learn writing by writing only. Okay. And you have been writing a lot because we are in unit 16, means up to 15. You are writing a lot, so you can do it very easily. So have you written? At least right now you can write down 4 sentences, 1 sentence for 1 picture. Okay, and later you can develop more ideas and you can make your story a bit longer. So can you do it now? Good job. Now after this, I want to take you to another task that is under writing to. So can you guess what is there under writing to? Oh, no idea. Oh, some of you have said, good job. Now you can see what is there. Write a couple of paragraphs about one of the historical events you know. Now it means you have to write paragraphs, and that paragraph should have at least two paragraphs. Okay, here is say it is said a couple of paragraph means minimum there should be two paragraphs. If it is said only write a paragraph, only one paragraph. Okay, here couple of paragraphs means minimum two paragraphs, and more than two also you can write down. And what is the topic? Any historical events you know. So you are free to choose any topic, but that should be related to historical events. Okay, now here I just want to show you an example of a couple of paragraphs, and then you also get ideas, and later you just try to develop, write down. Okay, now here what is the title? We have to write down first topic, title, federalism in Nepal. Okay, Nepal ma sanghiyata, you can understand, federalism in Nepal. So is this the term to you? So it is also a kind of historical event in our country. So now here you can start like this. All of you read it now. Nepal was declared federal state on 15th of Jesta 2063. Okay, it means it was happened in the past, and it is also a historical event, for the Nepali people. So federal state on 15th of Jesta 2063. Nepal is divided into 7 states or provinces, you can say, to maximum the local resources, to avoid regional disparity, to maintain balanced development, and to recognize every caste and culture equally. Nepal has been declared federal state. Many people in the country are still unknown about it and its importance. People have feared that federalism might bring segregation and division among people. So here you can understand why federalism is introduced in Nepal. So these things given here. So while writing a paragraph, when you want to introduce any paragraph, first of all there should be one main idea. Okay, so here federalism in Nepal. Why federalism, let's say, introduced in Nepal? So it was on 15th of Jesta. But why? Main idea, and here are the reasons of introducing federalism in Nepal. So it means in your paragraph there should be one main idea, major idea, and to support that idea you have to add their other ideas, and they are called supporting details. Okay, this is what you can find in this paragraph. And to support this one, again you can at least two paragraphs, say a couple of paragraphs. Now all the people should contribute to create awareness about the merits of federalism. It is said that every clear sky has dark patches, but we all should be conscious to avoid negative aspects of federalism. It is sure that our unity and commitment to institutionalize federalism. So here what is said, of course it can have negative aspects, okay, negative points, but we have to be conscious, we have to create awareness so that people can be united and people can commit, and we can institutionalize federalism in Nepal so that each and every individual will enjoy this system. Now you can add some more ideas about this one. This is just an example for you. So in your free time at your home, you can choose any topic and you can develop paragraphs. But the main thing is that introduce one main idea in each paragraph and provide supporting details to support the main idea. Okay, is that clear to you? Very good. Now if so, there's a project work again for you. So what is the project work here? All of you read now. Work in groups. List the major events that happened last month in your school. Write a short paragraph using the list. See, very simple. So first of all, you have to bring the ideas. What happened? What activities took place at your school in the last month, you have to list first in a sheet of paper, and then again you have to develop them into a paragraph. Okay, is it clear to you? Very good. Now after this, again extra information is there to you, that is on the extra bit. So what is written here? Blending. Have you heard this term, blending? No. Now you have to understand what does blending mean and what type of words are called blending words, So blending means it is a word formation process, how to make new word, okay? And if we follow blending process, we make word in this way. For example, blending is a word formation process in which parts of two or more words combine to create a new word. It means two words are merged, two words are combined, and after combining two words, then we'll get one new idea, new word, okay? That is what we call formation of word, and technically that is called blending. Such words have some of the properties of both of the words combined. Now I am going to show you example, and it is interesting to you, and you also read with me. For example, see, separate words are breakfast, one word, another word is lunch, and if we combine these words, then it becomes one new word, that is brunch. See, this BR from breakfast and UNCS from lunch, and it becomes brunch. So if we take the meal between breakfast and lunch, that become brunch, So interesting. Is it interesting to you? Yes. Now next one, motor. See, motor plus hotel. If we blend this one, it becomes motels. Motor plus hotel, okay? Next one, information and entertainment. So it becomes infotainment. Interesting. See, infotainment. All of you look at, practice with me. Next one is biography and picture. It becomes biopic. So if we merge biography and picture, it becomes biopic. Next one is romantic plus comedy equals to rom-com. Interesting, see. Next one is that documentary plus drama, and it becomes docudrama. Interesting again. Emotion and icon, okay? Emoticon. Interesting. Next one, friend and enemy. It becomes frenemy. Oh, interesting. Frenemy, Next one, motor plus pedal. Moped. See, motor plus pedal. Moped, Next one is that sports plus broadcast. It becomes sportcast. What an interesting. See. Next one is stay plus vacation. Staycation. Oh, interesting again. Staycation. Next one, work plus alcoholic. Now it become workaholic. Again, see, merging, blending. Next one, camera plus recorder. Camcorder. See, camcorder. Okay, it is camcorder. Next one, video plus blog. Vlog. You can understand. Blogger. You can heard these terms, Hungry plus angry equals to hangry. Hungry plus angry. If a person is both hungry also and angry, hungry man is always angry, So if you want to express this term, it becomes hangry. Next one, way plus seminar, webinar. So this is how you can blend the words and make new words. So you can try to search some new blended words in your free time, okay? And you just practice pronouncing these words. This is your task that you have to do at your home in your free time. Dear students, now we have come to the end of our today's class. I hope you might have enjoyed and learnt in a better way for listening skill and writing skills under writing 1 and 2. And at the same time, you learn to blend the words. Please don't forget to practice in your free time. It's all for today. Have a good time. Goodbye.